What's up? My name is John, and this is Cinema Saturday. Today I have a review for One of Them Days, starring Keke Palmer and SZA. This movie follows two best friends who are roommates living together, but their rent money gets stolen, and they gotta go on a adventure to get it back. All before a certain time of the day, or they're gonna be evicted that night. Keke Palmer also has a interview she needs to get to that day as well. So everything's on a time crunch to do it fast and prompt. But of course, hijinks ensue. So this is a comedy film which we don't get a lot of nowadays. I believe comedy is very subjective, and if there is a comedy film that's being worked on, I think it usually goes to a streaming service or a digital, and it doesn't do really much a theatrical release because lately comedies don't do that well in theaters. But this one I think is alright. Keke Palmer and SZA have a great relationship in this movie. Keke Palmer is as charismatic as always, so she definitely delivers a great performance. And surprisingly, SZA does too, delivers a good performance. Nothing Oscar worthy for either of them, but they really did good. They look like they were having fun, right? And that's kind of what really matters, because we feel like they're having fun, or they're in it. They're really about the movie. They're really about what's going on. Then I think we can feel that through the screen, and we can have fun too. What's really part of the charm here is Keke and SZA's relationship. I want to say that SZA, I think, I feel like this is the first movie I've seen her in. I don't know if she's been in other things, but I think, having Keke Palmer there, it seemed like they were actually real friends, outside of this movie. I feel like I could feel that kind of bond, that they were real, actually friends, and that they had fun together. And I think having Keke Palmer there was great. I would think that, maybe it kind of relaxes SZA, maybe let her choose some strong acting choices, because Keke Palmer would be supportive and positive about them, and so they could try different things. And I really enjoyed that. And SZA was able to bring her A game because of her co-star Keke Palmer. Like I said, this is a comedy movie, so lots of hijinks to ensue, and all of them are pretty good. I would say that all the really big comedy events and things that happen were entertaining at the very least. They were fun. They weren't boring, or they weren't so stupid that it's like, why am I even watching this? Why is this even here? So all the little antics they get up to throughout the movie are fun. That's good, because the pacing in this movie was also very well done. I believe that every time we got into one hijink, we have a moment to think about it, and then we're off to the next one. Comedy, you got to be fast. You got to hit it. Comedy is very much about timing, and this movie has good pacing and good timing, and it never felt boring at all. I was able to be entertained all the way through. The next thing was always interesting, and maybe even you can see that they're dropping some breadcrumbs throughout the movie that all ties together. So it was a fun time. I had a fun time. I think them using the backdrop of LA was cool. Keke Palmer and SZA probably live in LA. I think it makes it relatable to normal people, because let's be honest, if you're not rich and famous in LA, LA is just another city, another big city. But I do wonder what this movie would have been like if we had set it in Atlanta, Georgia, or even New York City. Maybe would have had a different vibe to it. Who knows? But the nice, sunny, bright LA, I think, was a good backdrop for this movie. The jokes overall are mixed. I think I laughed 60% of the time. So I would say most of the jokes landed with me. But I'm the type of guy that wants to have fun. I wanted to laugh with the movie, not at the movie. I never laughed at the movie. I always laughed with the movie. And so most of their jokes landed to me. But I think for a normal crowd, it's probably 50-50 mixed. But let's be honest. Who is this movie for? It's for the sisters and the girlies, okay? I think a good thing about this movie that it's not a feminist movie, which is crazy. And I think it's another thing. Let me just side rant here. Another thing I guess I've never heard about this movie coming out, or even now that after I've seen it and it's out, no one is calling this the Marvels. No one is calling this some woke feminist project that's trying to shove propaganda down your throat to say that women are strong and that they deserve a place and, yada, yada, yada. The movie already knows that. The movie already knows that women are strong. The movie already knows that women can be successful and are successful right now in today's world. So there is none of that trying to force feed you that information or force show you how the world needs to change, because it's already changing. It's already happened. Because Keke Palmer is trying to get a good job, and one of the interviewers is a woman who started from the bottom and now has a very successful career. So that's a pro. That's a pro, I would say, for a female-led movie to come out and not have too much woke toxicity attached to it, because I don't think it's woke at all. I think it's just very real. But back to the jokes. I think it's, this movie is very neutral. This movie is relatable to everybody, not just the black community, not just the black women or girls. I think that there are lots of characters and people in the movie and situations that are happening that anyone could relate to, and so it just makes it overall, funny and relatable. And it's not really trying to target a certain group, because if you stay open-minded, I think you can find yourself in some of these situations, or some of these things happening. You can just relate to, it just being one of them days. So yeah, overall, I give this movie a 7 out of 10. One of them days is a good movie. Maybe I'll put it in the hangover movie category, but it's still a good movie. A hangover movie, it's like you're not feeling well, you put the TV on, there's a movie in the background, you kind of pay attention to it, you kind of don't. But overall, you can still watch it and not feel overwhelmed, overstimulated by it, but still, enjoy your time watching the movie. So yeah, go watch One of Them Days with Keke Palmer and SZA. Go see it in the theaters. I think you'll have a good time, especially if you make it a girls' night out. I think you'll definitely have a good time. Trying to balance here, I think a girls' night out would be the most enjoyable time you will have with this movie, but anyone can go see this movie, even if it has a predominantly black cast. I think it's still a good time for everyone. And those are my thoughts on One of Them Days. My name is John. Thank you for watching Cinema Saturday. And of course, have a good one.